Welcome, fellow Jedi and Sith. You are tuning into Imperial Radio, your all-talk weekly Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Kobe Larson, along with my
And
wonderful co-host.
I am Alex Wormstead.
He is Alex Wormstead. Just to come out right away and say there ain't a whole lot going on. I mean, there's some stuff going on with Star Wars as of late, but there's just not a whole lot going on that's big-ticket news. Just wanted to preface that, warning for that. For those of you that are coming here for all the hot Star Wars news, there ain't much. It's pretty cold right now. It's pretty chill. There's a couple things we want to touch on, and then we're kind of just gonna see where things go this week. Just ride the vibe, man. Just ride it like the White Lion.
Yeah, we'll see where things take us. It might even be
Chili's.
Maybe we'll go to Chili's.
A nice sit-down place like a Chili's.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the biggest thing as of 2/11/2021 at 9 o'clock at night, a couple hours ago or earlier today, it was officially announced that Gina Carano, who is Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, has been let go by Disney. There's kind of two schools of thought there.
Yep.
There is the people who are excited about it, and they are glad she's gone. You get a lot of, good riddance, glad she's gone. Okay, that's cool. You got your other people that go, free speech and whatever. I get it, man. I wasn't like, I wasn't the leader of the Cara Dune fan club. Not saying I didn't like her, but she was just okay. She was like, just like every other character besides Baby Yoda and Mando, just kind of there.
Yeah.
She was a little more than there, but
she's not going to have that great of an impact, though.
No, and losing her is not going to, if this was Pedro Pascal, if this was, something of that variety, if this was Giancarlo Esposito who plays Moff Gideon or something like that, this would be saddening.
Right.
And I would probably believe. Well, it depends on how bad this statement is said, but I'd probably be a little more of the mindset of like, come on, kind of some slack.
Yeah.
But like, and we try not to get too political on the podcast, except when we have an episode completely about politics.
Yeah.
Like we did that one time, but
we try and stay out of that. I mean, everybody,
right? Because you just
everywhere you look anymore is politics.
Yeah, I know, and it's so annoying. And Star Wars is so political anymore, and everything's political.
Everything's
man.
political.
Everything
so
that
dumb.
everything that me and Al love is political. You can't. We're like, politics are so dumb. Let's watch this football game, and then you got your people screaming about the national anthem. And it's like, oh my god, and then you're like, whatever. All right, let's turn on a Star Wars movie. Oh, nope. And it's like, oh, God. It's getting so old, so we want to just keep you guys away from that as much as we can. But obviously, we owe it our due diligence to kind of give us our thoughts on the matter. Obviously, me and Al have opinions about things, and I don't think it is wrong to share your opinions about it a little bit and kind of give I'll just come right out and say I don't really care that she got fired. She said some things. Do I think they were the absolute worst things anybody's ever said and probably kept their job? Like, she's not Morgan Whalen, man. She's not out here screaming N-words and stuff. Like,
right.
What she said was stupid, and I think was absolutely dumb. Like the thing specifically, she made some comments about like some transgender things that were going on in the transgender community, and she made comments about that, which I thought was stupid. But the main thing that they're looking at now is the talks that she was comparing being a Republican in the United States to being a Jew in
Holocaust era
Holocaust era Germany, and it's like that's really how you feel. It's like, okay, because there's definitely 6 million dead Republicans. Like, whatever. It's it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. You have to admit what she said was pretty stupid, pretty dumb. But it's whatever. I mean, I don't really care that much that she's gone. I can hear arguments from both sides. I really can. I do sometimes believe you should separate the person from the character. I know a lot of actors that are really shitty people, but I still love their characters. You know,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like not gonna name drop people, but there are tons of actors who are less than reputable people. You know, nobody like Mel Gibson, but he makes some damn good movies. You know, I'm not gonna not watch The Patriot because he's anti-Semitic. It sucks that he's anti-Semitic, but like I'm not gonna not watch Braveheart. You know what I mean? Like
I love how like liberal he is in all of his movies, and then
yeah, and just in real life,
especially
he's-
The Patriot. He's so
yeah.
nice to the slaves.
yeah, and then in real life he's just a douche.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well, it's like whatever. I don't know. What do you think about it, Al?
About the whole Dune situation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hate cancel culture.
I hate.
It's just getting annoying where if you breathe wrong, you get canceled.
I know. And
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just like you. I'm not saying what she did was right. I'm not saying what she did was wrong. We
This was
try
an
to stay.
instance where it's a little more justified.
Yeah.
But no, when they go to when the people, the social justice warriors go too far, nobody likes it. I mean, it's
No.
not even a Republican and Democrat, liberal, conservative thing anymore. When they go too far and try to overstep their bounds and like we're gonna cancel rain because it gets you wet without your consent type of stuff.
Right.
Like that stuff just gets so old that people are and we're sick of it. This isn't necessarily a scenario. This is a scenario where it's like, yeah, you said something pretty freaking dumb. I mean, it sucks that you're not going to be in the show anymore, but you kind of knew what you're getting into when you whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't really care. Really. I mean,
No, it's
I'm
whatever,
not.
man.
I'm not saying she was a bad character. I'm not saying she was a good character. I'm not. She was definitely not my favorite. She just.
No, it's just she. I mean,
She
she
had
was
a-
okay.
She had a cool background.
She's a good actor.
She was a good actor.
I think she's a good actor. I think she fit the part well, but it's not like tell me that she wouldn't be like the easiest person to recast.
Yeah.
It'd
she
be.
could
I hate recasts anyway because they it looks weird. They
Yeah.
say they go and grab like I don't know Ronda Rousey to play her
Yeah.
character, and it's gonna be like, I don't know about that. I'd rather her just not show up anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. If they don't, if they didn't kill her off, they just.
But you can't act like her, or maybe like like Grief Cargo. Well, I don't even know. I think she'd be the easiest to recast, besides like someone who's an alien.
Yeah.
But like, out of the human characters that physically portray their bodies as their character, she's definitely the easiest to recast. So it's not that heart wrenching to me that she's gone. So if you are of the mindset that you're happy she's gone, congratulations, you got what you wanted. People have been calling for this for a long time. If you're of the mindset that you think that it's kind of bull or whatever you think, I don't know, and I'm sorry.
If you're of that mindset,
whatever, I
you're
guess.
probably already used to it because it's just the way the world is.
It's just kind of
now.
the way the world's turning. There's parts of it that I'm okay with. There's parts of it I hate. I'm a very middle ground type of person. But you know what? It's something you're gonna have to deal with, and let's just try to be better people, I guess. I don't know what else you can say. Keep your damn opinions to yourself.
If you want to hit a cancer culture hotline, you can actually email Imperial Radio. We got a site on our email.
we got a hotline. One hotline for cancel culture. I just actually found out that Imperial Radio has been canceled. I just got the text right now. We're canceled.
Oh man.
We breathe too hard in the mic sometimes, and it causes ear rape. So people said we raped them, so now we're canceled. Oh jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
oh jeez.
That's just kind of the way things
we
go.
make jokes. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's whatever.
I mean, it's just the way it is anymore, and people that don't agree with it, like I don't agree with. I mean, I'm not saying this scenario. I'm just saying I don't agree with cancel culture.
No. And for the most part, I don't either. If it gets
I
too
stay
extreme.
pretty middle ground about Star Wars politics because, frankly, I don't care that much to get in an argument about this. You know, but like cancel culture, I don't agree with it. But you got to get used to it because it's the way the world is going now, and I am used to it. It's just. I'm not sitting in the corner crying about it. It came across my phone today, and I remember exactly what happened when I read it. I went, "Oh man, that's
too bad."
Yeah.
I guess
I didn't really know how to react to it because I knew it was coming. I just didn't really know how.
I saw it coming too.
So the first thing I wanted to do
wasn't a huge shock.
And I'm a people person, you could say.
Right.
So I wanted to see what the people were saying. So I went to the comments section of that particular post, and it was about 75-25. About 75% of the people were in agreement with us. They're like, yeah, she probably should have been canceled. But man, I hate cancel culture.
Yeah.
And the other people were good riddance, and it's like, yeah. I was proud of the Star Wars community with that post about the way they entered the comments section. I was, we took the high road in that.
Yeah.
And I like that.
It's good. It's good to see. I don't know. It's one thing. It's going to be a passing blip in the world of Star Wars, and she will be a passing blip. It's not, this isn't Hayden Christensen getting canceled. This isn't Ewan McGregor. Like this is isn't even Pedro Pascal. This is minor territory. We are not a political Star Wars or political podcast. So you won't have to hear that very often. But obviously we owe, I suppose as content creators, we owe somewhat due diligence to give our somewhat of a thought on it. We won't go too much more in depth than that.
Yeah.
We're
not a news podcast, so we don't stay completely middle.
See,
but we are also not.
What the rebel media won't tell you is, Anyway, Gina Carano no longer will be on the set of Mandalorian for film and for season. I imagine maybe she'll be in season 3. I don't know. Either way, we won't be seeing much of him again.
Yeah.
All right. That's really it for news, man. There's a couple little things. They're not really news. A couple rabbit holes we can go down in terms of Star Wars content or things that is not really news, but stuff that's kind of in the shadows. It's looking. I was telling you this before. I almost should have waited to tell you this to capture your reaction on the mic, but me and Al were talking a little bit before we started recording. We were talking about how I don't want to get the numbers wrong here, but I also just really don't want to look it up. I think it was something like EA brought in a gross how much? Sorry,
income.
I was trying to go fancy words there.
Oh.
Basically, they made X amount of money with the license so far, and they reported that they made I want to say $4 billion. That's what I told you.
Yeah.
I could look it up. It was in the $1 billion range. It was $4 billion, I want to say. And I was telling so keep in mind, this is at the time I was thinking, okay, Battlefront 2, Fallen Order, and whether or not they counted Squadrons.
Yeah.
So then the other information comes out and says $2 billion of said $4 billion was made off of Star Wars Galaxies of Heroes, the mobile game. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and I have the same reaction
that was
as when
fat
he told me.
HWHAT. A what? I was like, what?
Yeah. Microtransactions produce that.
It's crazy, man. That is
if you
freaking
think
wild.
Some people spent $800 on a mobile game.
Oh, some people we know do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's freaking crazy. But with all this news coming out, there was more stuff in this thing I was reading and stuff I'd heard about other people talk about, that Battlefront 2 went live on the Epic Games Store, and it went free. I think it was free pretty much everywhere. And it had 19 million. I don't remember if it was in a day or in a week, but if it was 19 million downloads. It's that is freaking crazy, dude. 19 million people. In a short period of time. We're just I'm gonna get this game. Granted, it was free, and you get a lot of people coming around for free games, but God,
19 million people though.
19 million. That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of freaking people. I mean, that's like a first day launch for a video game. That's crazy, man. That's wow. But yeah, that's really cool to see that Battlefront 2 is still kicking, and basically what I wanted to bring it up is I think that is giving us a lot of hope that we're going to see a Battlefront 3 or some kind of continuation of the Battlefront line.
I believe so.
I don't know what they do. I think they just have to improve it at this point. Obviously, you knew there was going to be a Battlefront 2 after Battlefront because it's like, we're going to have at least some sequel stuff, with the sequel movies coming out at that time frame, and then they added the prequels, which was freaking awesome. And they made.
I remember some of the first trailers were like all prequels, and it was like,
yeah,
what?
and we're like, yeah, I remember that too. That was freaking crazy. But it's Battlefront 3. Maybe they go in the direction of kind of keep it the same as Battlefront 2 with all 3 eras, and maybe they include, I don't know.
And I think that's the best. Just they
get
have
all 3 in there. I agree.
I think that's the best. You can gauge all audiences. You're not going to lose people. And I.
Oh right.
I think that's the best for almost any Star Wars game.
If
you're going to do one era, you can't do.
You gotta
stick
go
in the middle with the originals.
Right. You gotta go. You gotta go all 3, in my opinion. Damn, I had to yawn there. Yeah, you gotta go all 3 with the eras, just so you can get your, because there's a lot of purists out there like, I don't want to play a prequel game. I don't care about clones and droids.
Yeah.
But then you get also your prequel memers that are like, clones and droids, and you get those guys, and then you get your kids are like, I want sequels.
Right.
I want.
And then
Rey.
you get guys like our age that are the prequel memer guys that are like, sequels are okay.
It's like I want all of them. It's like I want to be able to freaking fight Kylo Ren versus, Han Solo, and Darth Maul versus Rey, and I think Darth Vader versus whatever. I think there's going to be a Battlefront 3. I think it'll be some iteration. Maybe it's a little different than previous installments. Maybe they go a little different with it, just because to keep it from being too dry and the same. But I'm excited that they're going to do something with that. I'm
just really surprised.
I think they got it. There's so much money there to be made.
I think that it's crazy that they didn't. They said we're done this last update with Battlefront 2, and they drop a turd on us with the BB-8. So
the BB-8 and the BB-9E. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just surprised how great the success was with late of that game.
Great success.
They didn't just continue it a little longer. They easily could have. They could have done. They could have pushed 3 updates, but maybe they didn't want to.
They could have kept it going with squadrons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna play on this recent newly found success of making it free, and then all these people downloading it. I think it's gonna be sooner than later. I think it's gonna be sooner than you think.
Yeah,
think they're gonna drop this thing while Battlefront is still hot in people's minds.
And I honestly think that they might, even with that free download thing, and the way games are going,
revisit it back and put some.
Just make the new game free online.
Yeah.
But their niche could be the DLCs or pay.
Yeah, I think you.
It's just in essence, you're gonna eventually pay for the game.
Yeah, right. That is a. God damn, I got.
Because that you go off the success of Fortnite and games like that. They're free.
Yeah, there's
microtransactions within the game that people are like, yeah, I'm never gonna get caught in that. Next thing you know, you got 300 skins. You know what I mean? It's smart business
to me,
because you don't realize how the little microtransactions add up. Like a battle pack or whatever in the mobile game.
Yeah, I think over the course of, like, we'll just use Fortnite for example. I think I spent like $30 on Fortnite. So, and I didn't, do a lot. You got guys that, I only bought a skin, and then I bought 1 battle pass, and then the rest paid for themselves.
I bought 3 battle passes and a couple of random skins, and the skins is what got you.
Right.
The skins is what got you. The battle packs were actually the good deals because you got multiple skins, but.
Right.
And if you bought one battle pack,
it was the 2,000 V-Bucks skins that got you.
Right, and if you were smart about it, if you saved up with the 1 battle pack, you could buy the next one. But of course,
that's how I always did it.
That's the way people are. Is that? Ooh, I got all this V-Bucks or whatever game you're playing.
Tell mommy get the Visa.
You got all these V-Bucks, and then all of a sudden, I got enough to buy this whatever they called them, pickaxes or whatever. I can buy this cool.
I can buy the guy from Fortnite.
Yeah. So
that guy from the Mandalorian who was first in Fortnite, I guess. Yeah, man, I'm excited for that. If they do a Battlefront 3, that'd be so dope.
Yeah, it would be.
That'd be great.
You know we're all for that.
Oh, you know it.
But I do request one thing with it.
Put it on the PS4 so I don't have to buy a PS5.
That, and to make it fun, we got Ewok Hunt.
Yeah.
We need a sequel version of that.
Ewok Hunt 2.
Yeah.
Ewok Hunt, the $60 game.
And we need Youngling Hunt.
Youngling Hunt. Yes. Yes. And then for the sequel version, since we got prequels and originals, we got Ewok Hunt for originals, Youngling Hunt for for the prequels, and then we got like
Porg Hunt or something.
Porg Hunt or BB-8 Hunt or Babu Frick Hunt or
yeah.
Porg Hunt. Just freaking just snipe them out. Roast them. Good time. Good time. Good times.
Good times.
Man. That is the Star Wars of today. I mean, we don't have a lot going on as of right now. You know, how you been, buddy?
I've been good.
It's it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I could hold my head. It's been a while. Get a little stained going there. Something I thought about today? Totally off topic. That's not about Star Wars. I've thought about this before, and this will be more of a thing that I will find funny more than you, just because this plays on my music taste as an individual, or my main music taste. Dude, so today I'm just listening to some jams on the old work vehicle.
Yep.
Slow day. And I'm just jamming. And It's Been a While came on. That's why it's stuck in my head. And you said it's been a while. I'm like, it's been a while. Dude, like, okay. So I am like the representative of a record label in the later 90s into the early 2000s, right? A rock label. And you get the first one that would probably came up in my series of events would be like Pearl Jam. They'd walk up, Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam would walk up to you. I don't know if you ever listened to any Pearl Jam, but they walk up and be like, oh, okay, what's your band? What's your guys' sound? And they're trying to sign him, and then he comes up and he's like, even flow, and then you're like, sorry if that was ear rapey, but they're like, okay. I guess that sounds good, and then they sign him and send him off, and then a couple years down the road, you get the Stone Temple Pilots come on. I don't know if you ever listened to them, and then you got, they're like, okay, this new band, let's hear it, guys, and they're like, I'm half the man I used, and then they're like, Jesus, it kind of sound like the last guy. All right, just send them through. A couple of years later, you get Creed.
Yep,
and they're like, I just heard, and like, Jesus, is this what music is now? Okay, send them through. A couple years later, you get Stained. It's been a while. And like, okay, guys, seriously, can we think of anything else other than just with horrible religious undertones? and then I just like kept listening to music, and I just kept finding bands. Seether came on, and I was like, I used to know about your soul. I was like, it's the same band. And then there was more that came on, and I was like, guys, who's gonna tell them? They all sound the same, bro. Like, music in the 90s and early 2000s is wild. Was wild. That's why I love it, though, man. You could even say the same for going back into your not your era, like you were born then, but like,
no, yeah, my era is the same.
It's just high pitched singer, that all sound awful now, and everybody's burnt out on drugs. They just couldn't kick them in time. They're just a little burnt out. They're a little older than the guys of today. The guys of couple.
Guys of yesteryear.
The guys of yesteryear, the singers, the popular bands in the 90s and early 2000s are not quite as old as the guys from the 70s and 80s, which is more of Al's Al's kick of music.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I swing in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, and the
bit.
same goes for me. I swing the full spectrum of rock music. I mean, I was jamming
something that I was thinking the other day.
Yeah.
So we went to the Korn concert and Breaking Benjamin concert.
Freaking awesome concert.
Oh, love them guys. Love them. But
Nice.
I get these little fiends, like I'm craving this music this day and I'm craving this the next. And everybody has that.
Yeah.
But for the past 2 months, and it's kind of been like, probably 3 months after I went to that concert, once Korn and Breaking Benjamin come on, it's like, yeah. 30 seconds into the song, I'm like, no.
No, yeah.
It's just, once you hear stuff live, man,
it doesn't
do it justice.
It will never be the same just listening to it. I know, man. That's why I did, like, I always trash on people that have their phones out during concerts. But I'll be damn. I held I didn't like watch it, but I held my phone out to make sure I recorded that shit, and I recorded like every song, all my favorite songs from, just so I could go back and listen to them. And I have, and it's even through a iPhone 8 speaker.
Yeah,
still sounds amazing. Still better than just playing it on Spotify, man.
It's like you get these chills when you listen to music. Sometimes, like when you hit that perfect song lyric that you love.
Yeah,
and you get that chill. And then you go and see it live, and that chill becomes an insane chill. Like it goes all the way down your spine, not just on your neck, just all the way down your back, not just your neck. And then you listen to it again in your car, and you're like, this is still so good, but like
it's just not the same, man. It's not the same as. Yeah, I know.
That's why it's
tough.
like I love Motley Crue, and people listening, do not try and at me about stuff that the Dirt made me like it, because I liked Motley Crue.
No, Al's been a Motley Crue stan since
a child.
Since
and
it's a long time.
I mean, I would almost die to see them live in concert.
You'd love to see Vince Neil live now.
Oh, I would. He might not be the same, but I would love to hear. I just love to hear those notes live from a guitar and actually feel that. Because that's the thing. That's the thing, though. You feel the music when you're there live more than, you actually like. And I'm not saying spiritually. I'm saying you physically feel the music.
Oh yeah. No.
And unless you have
the physical vibrations that come from live music, man.
Yeah, and people that are going to come at us and say, "Oh, get subs." No, that's not the same,
guys.
Get subs.
That's
not the same.
Okay, Tyler.
Yeah. It's like
throwing out name shade there.
So funny. I know so many Tylers with the frickin' subs.
Dude, every guy named Tyler has a pair of subs in his Supra or his Camry or something. He don't have a Supra.
Pontiac Grand Prix.
His black Grand Prix, bro.
Why does everybody have a black Grand Prix?
Yep, they do. Everybody has one. They all have subs. I'm gonna invest money in these subs for my car that's worth $2,000.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See, I was
sorry
different.
If your name's Tyler and you own a 2000 Grand Prix
and have subs.
Sorry about that. Sorry about your luck. We still love you, but
and you listen to Kodak Black. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that was probably ear rape. I probably shouldn't have done that. But
hey, if they're listening to this in their Pontiac, if they're listening to this in their Pontiac with their subs on, though, they love.
Yeah, you'll know. Hey, quick sub test.
Yeah, I was different though. I didn't have a Pontiac. I had a version though.
You had the Coug, man.
I had the Coug, man.
Is this just gonna turn into an old high school, the olden days episode?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. But
oh man,
the Coug.
We had some good times in there. We had some good times.
We had some good times. We had some good times in our buddy's Camry. Our good buddy.
Yeah, we had some great times in the Camry.
Yeah, every friend group has that one friend. I always compare them to, like, have you ever seen the movie Stand By Me?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You found one movie I haven't seen.
Yeah, no shit. Well, basically, there's always the friend in the friend group that's just kind of a little bitch. And you just kind of like, kind of like get, they're kind of just like your little bitch of the friend group, basically. It's every group has one. And sometimes the role changes from time to time. We had one of those friends. Yeah, one of our best friends since we were just pipsqueaks. Great guy, but we'd always be like, "Hey, going to town later. You gonna drive, right?" Because we grew up in, we both grew up in individual towns of like 100.
Basically, we were in suburbs of a. To put it in terms of our viewers,
if you're a city person, it's like a suburbs, but it's like 20 miles away, and and in between is just corn.
Yeah, pretty much.
We lived in towns of like 100 to 200 people. Al lived in one that's a little smaller than mine, but still both just small. I mean, like there's a bar and a church.
That's about it.
It's like what you hear in the country songs. It's a
yeah,
bar
no, when
and
people say
church
small towns and they're thinking, oh, like 18,000. No, we mean 100.
No, the what you think is a small town was the city that we went to have good times in high school.
Yeah.
On a random, just like Wednesday or Thursday night, we'd pop on over to town, which is just a town of like 16,000 people, where there are restaurants and fast food and a Walmart. Oh man, did we have some good times in the Camry, in the Coug, in my first car before I put her in a ditch. We had some good times, man. We had some good times.
We were so boring, we thought it was fun to go to we're freshmen in high school. This is what's ironic for some of our viewers. We're freshmen in high school, and we're like, hey, what you doing after school? Not much. You want to go to Dorns and play pool?
Yeah.
Dorns was our local bar.
Local bar, yeah.
So here is 3 14-year-old kids going over to the bar and playing pool.
Playing some pool.
At 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The only person in the bar at the time is the bar owner.
Yeah.
And us.
Yep. We're just playing some pool, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy growing up in a small, like a real small town. Like I'm not trying to be one of those guys like my town's smaller than your town,
Right.
It's stupid, but like
it ain't no Roswell, 29 people, but
right.
Them guys have an argument. They might have the smallest town in the world, but
yeah, well, not Lane. Well, no, they're like in the 50s.
Yeah.
They're in the 50s, okay.
Lane Auto.
Central to southeast South Dakota references. Yeah, but you got kids that are like, yeah, I grew up in a pretty small suburb of, it's like
I graduated with like 400 people.
Small class. It's like, yeah, I graduated with 7, so I'm not trying to be that guy, but I am that
I graduated with like 14 or
yeah,
something
you had the big class. Hell, I ain't never seen a class like that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't think I could name my class anymore who I graduated with.
Yeah. Well, let's start with names and social security numbers and birthdays and mother's maiden names, and let's see what we can knock out.
Yeah.
Let's start with yours. Hold on, let me grab my pen. Yeah, no, it's welcome to Imperial Radio, the high school memories podcast.
It's been a while.
And the Stained podcast, a shit-stained podcast. We're done with Imperial Radio. We're done with Star Wars. We are now the shit-stained podcast. That's what we are. We're stained only, with an occasional sprinkle of misheard Vince Neil lyrics.
Yeah, and to keep our
Baby got a body. Have you ever seen those TikToks, dude?
No.
Misheard Vince Neil lyrics?
No.
Because he's awful now. And
yeah.
Like, it just like, penis in a cop car. It's like, it sounds like he's saying something just ridiculous.
Okay, well, the drugs helped.
The drugs
You have
helped.
to know. You have to know.
Man.
Them guys sounded the way they did because of the shit they did. You know what I mean? Like,
right. There were ones where it's like, oh, they got off. They're like, oh, we're clean now. It's like, get back on the drugs. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You need those.
Right.
We need this, my guy.
Where you went from, your guys' 80 lyrics and songs were freaking awesome. And then the 90s like, yeah, we're clean now. It's like,
oh,
your guys' music is boring now.
Yeah.
There's no rock and roll. It's just kind of rolling.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
there's no rock on.
Dad rock now.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's.
And then they keep you interested because every 4 albums they have 1 2-minute song that's like, yeah,
yeah, we were on drugs for this 30-minute session.
Yeah, the rest of the album's dog shit.
Yeah, man. Okay.
And then they come out with one that just totally redeems them.
Yep, and they kind of get them back in.
And then they just stop.
And then they're like, oh, yeah, they love that. Let's make some more shitters.
Yeah.
Let's make...
Saints Los Angeles album was definitely the kickstart to get back in, and they blew it.
And then they made The Dirt, and everyone's like, yeah. And then it's like, let's go see them live. They're touring. And it's like, oh, God. What happened?
What you been watching lately?
What have I been watching lately?
Yeah, what have you been watching lately?
I haven't been watching anything, man. I've been
crafting.
I have not been crafting. I've been getting back on the PC. I've been playing a little Overwatch, playing a little messing. I've been messing around with some of the old Battlefront on the PC. The OG Battlefront 2. I was playing a lot of Battlefront 2, like the new Battlefront 2, a little bit ago. Playing a little bit of that. Been gaming a little bit lately. I haven't been watching anything. I haven't been watching any shows.
Really?
No, I haven't been.
Have you seen War Dogs?
The movie?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
I have not. Is it good?
It's pretty freaking good.
It's because it's Miles Teller too, right?
Yeah.
The other guy. Yeah, because I really like those two. I should watch that. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? Okay,
yeah, they
I
put
need
it
to watch
on
that
this
then.
week.
I
watched that movie
Jonah
back
Hill
when it came out in 2016, I want to say, but I don't know. Don't fact check me on that, or do.
It was like
I'm confident it's 2016.
I would say like 2018, 2017. You might be right. You might
I
be
think
right.
it's
2016. Well,
we'll look her up.
I will Google
but
that. War Dogs.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I like it.
My man's is 100% right. It was 2016. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago because I remember seeing the trailers for the movie.
Oh, I know, but then you have to realize how fat Jonah Hill was.
Yeah, he's still kind of fat. So, but 2016 should have been skinnier Jonah Hill. Maybe he refatified. Oh, poor Jonah Hill. We're just brutalizing the man. It's okay. It's part of his character. Sometimes he's fat Jonah Hill, and sometimes he's skinny Jonah Hill. Just whatever, man.
Yeah.
It's whatever they need him
Sometimes he's
for.
Eminem Jonah Hill.
Yes, sometimes he is.
Do you like 21 Jump Street?
I love 21 Jump Street. I do. The original one. 22 was meh. It was not as good. There's funny parts.
Yeah.
But 21 Jump Street, I love that movie. Yes.
I think it's a good movie. It's good. It's above average. But I don't just want to sit down and watch it.
No, it's not like my favorite. I wouldn't put it like near.
But like, and I don't really know anybody, but like, I remember that movie first came out. People were like, 21 Jump Street is awesome.
Well, it's just because it was one of those movies. I will say that, like, no offense if you're a 21 Jump Street fan, but like, you know, if you're leading the 21 Jump Street fan club, but it was one of those ones that kind of appealed to the lowest common denominator. Like,
yeah,
kind of like a movie like, you know, Step Brothers, right?
Yeah, the movies that we like.
There are your jokes that are like highbrow, like, oh, that's pretty funny. But then there's your ones like, you put my balls in your drum set, you know, like that kind of shit. It's like really appealing to the, you know, like my name is Jeff. Like, is that funny?
No, I never thought that was funny.
No, it's
and
not.
Like, honestly, I watched that movie because that one's in 22, right? Or is that in 21?
I think that's 20. Yeah, that's the beginning of 22 Jump Street where he said, my name is Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, I watched that movie like in theaters or whatever, and then my mom got it on DVD for what? DVD is so weird. But
yeah.
Anyway, I watched it a whole bunch of times, and then that meme kind of came popular after the fact.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember people kept saying it, and this was, you know, when we were in high school or whatever, and I ain't the most on the social memes back then, you know, because back then the meme stuff could be happening from every which way, where now it's like TikTok. You know the memes.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, people kept saying that, and I was like, what the
in the Chuck E. Cheese cup? Yeah, anyway.
I did not know what the heck they were talking about, and I can freaking quote movies left and right.
Oh, absolutely.
And then finally I got thinking about it, and then I was like, are you guys talking about freaking 22 Jump Street? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's so funny.
It's so funny. He says my name is Jeff.
It's so stupid.
That's one. Like I'm saying, it just kind of appeals to the lowest common denominator. All they do is they think of something that is remotely funny, and expect you to toxically repeat it. You know?
Yeah.
It's okay. There are movies. The reason why I like 21 Jump Street. This is not like the reason, but like that is not a movie you quote. That is just a movie you say that is funny. Now there are movies you quote. Step Brothers, you quote. That's My Boy, you quote.
That's My Boy, you
Happy Gilmore, you quote.
Yeah.
You quote these comedy movies because they are movies that appeal to the lowest common denominator. They are funny, and there are lines from them. Even like, okay, The Big Lebowski is not the lowest common denominator as in like
Big Lebowski's
like
some
lowbrow
highbrow
humor.
stuff.
The Big Lebowski takes a certain amount of humor to enjoy the entire movie.
Yeah. And
but
9 out of 10 people cannot do it, and me and Kobe are
That's what
the
makes
9.5
great.
and the 10th person that like that movie.
That is so great because, like, not to gatekeep, but it keeps a fun. You know,
Kyle Zoss
it
loves
keeps a
Big Lebowski.
It does not surprise me.
He just loves
That's the
movie.
type of guy that would understand it, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's some freaking rocket science to understand it, but like, there is a part of watching that movie where it's like your average viewer, your average Joe is only going to think like maybe 2 out of 10 jokes are funny.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas like me, I bought a freaking Autobahn t-shirt because I think that shit is funny.
It is funny.
Autobahn. You know what I mean?
Autobahn.
Like, you know, that
what's that actor's name? Like the lead singer.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of what his name is.
He's in so many shows.
He is. Yeah.
And then he started instantly once they came out with the Call of Duty Black Ops 2, like when he started doing the Black Ops ads.
Yep.
And as soon as I seen him, like I'm sitting here, Black Ops 2 came out like 10 years ago or something. 11 years ago. And I'm like, 11 years ago I think. What was I? 9? Yeah. I was 9, and I was like...
Might be 10.
Yeah, maybe 10. But I see this guy on the Black Ops 2 ads, and I'm going, Autobahn.
Autobahn.
I literally thought of that.
Yep, man. Oh, I love The Big Lebowski so much. It's coming up on time to probably watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
It's that time of the year, man.
You know what else is getting close?
Beer Fest?
Beer Fest.
It's that time of the year. Once a year, man. Probably better add Super Troopers to the rotation as well, but I've never seen Super Troopers 2.
You never seen Super Troopers 2?
Nope, never watched it.
Oh my God, you've never seen Super?
Oh my
I'm just
God,
gonna be one of those guys. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
It's not that good.
What do you call that one place with the goofy shit on the walls, with the bread, with the mozzarella sticks?
See, Super Troopers is the in between. It's some pretty.
There's lowbrow stuff and there's highbrow stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
so
not even highbrow, but there's stuff that is not lowbrow, essentially.
Yeah. There's stuff that's like, you can be a moron and think
it's
funny.
it's just like there is that group of guys that make those types of movies. Like, to me, I throw like Super Troopers, probably 1. I've never seen 2, but Super Troopers 1 and 2. There's that one that's like the same people, but it's about like the restaurant. I don't remember what it's called though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Same kind of
same
like
group that
of
does Beer
guys.
Fest.
Beer Fest, you throw that.
It's called like the Blue Oyster, something weird like that.
Yeah, there's the one
because I've only seen that movie once, and I did not like it at all.
No, I thought it was funny, but it's like I don't know, man. But like there is, I would even throw movies like Employee of the Month, just kind of that weird like niche humor. Throw that in with those guys a little bit. It's not as like slapstick funny.
Employee of the Month, I love that movie just for a couple one-liners, but like overall, that movie is so bad. About an hour.
Glasses in about an hour. So when can I pick them up? In about an hour.
What I hate is when you have like really lowbrow, like incompetent comedy.
Yeah.
And then they put in real drama.
Yeah.
And feelings. It's like,
shut up.
Stick with the moron comedy and quit with the drama.
Find your niche and do it well. Dude, you know what I hate? Speaking of Super Troopers, right? What's the most quoted line from Super Troopers?
The Schnozberries line.
and tell me why that's funny.
I don't know.
It's not funny. Like, that scene is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's not, like, the best part by far. The schnozberry tastes like schnozberry. Wow. Why is that the most quoted? I hate that, man.
I really don't
Why?
know.
It's just like, why is that the most? It's kind of funny, but it's like, that's not that funny. Why is that the only thing we remember? You know? Oh, man, that drives me insane when people stick to one really stupid, easy to remember thing, and they're like, that was the best part. Was it? Was it, though?
Yeah.
Like, was it the best part? I don't know about that, man.
See, and then you get some really great movies that have just some stupid comedy. Like, That's My Boy.
Oh.
But, no, like, stupid comedy.
We
like,
could start a That's My Boy podcast. We love that movie.
Like, I mean, it's got some...
The Big Lebowski, man. Those are like our two saving great. The Father is Star Wars. The Son is Big Lebowski. And the Holy Frickin' Spirit is That's My Boy.
We haven't watched That's My Boy.
The Father, the Son, the Holy Frickin' Spirit.
Yeah. When's the last time we watched That's My Boy? It's probably been a year and a half.
It's been...
For me.
It's been a time close to that, probably for me. Probably a year that I've fully sat down and watched it, yeah.
And we used to be like every 2 weeks.
Yeah. That movie just... God, there's something about it, man. There's something about it. It's just not like any other comedy movie for me.
See, and that's the thing. They did something completely different.
They did.
I mean...
Does it still have your elements? Does it still have your some of your Adam Sandler elements? Yes. But the overall core theme of the movie, I don't know if it's just the actors, the lineup that they came up with Sandberg and Sandler and just Vanilla Ice or whatever, you get I don't know if it's that or just the way it's written, if it's just different writers, but like that movie is freaking hilarious.
It is. And it's
not even all
different
it's
because
not slapstick Adam Sandler humor. It's funny shit like, oh, what is that? You got your Louis Vuitton bag? It's a Hefty bag, guy.
That's like, funny because it's like
funny.
See, like you can be a 6-year-old and understand that movie,
right? But to get the core, like to get some of the
every
jokes,
single joke,
there's jokes wrapped inside of jokes that you have to unravel.
Like there's stuff that we can quote from that movie that people are like, that's not in the frickin' movie. And it's like it's in between the lines. You know, like you gotta read in between the lines. That's where the good jokes are in every comedy movie.
I know, man. It's just like the Big Lebowski, man.
Like you gave me a cobra.
Hey, you give me a king cobra. Hey, what about that pet snake I got you? You OD'd on frickin' Quaaludes. It's the only time a king cobra or anyone's seen a king cobra laugh, and I take fucking pride in that.
See, and that little part that Kobe just said, where they say that's the only time anybody's ever seen a king cobra laugh, and I take fucking pride in that. That part right there. People are already forgetting about that part because they're like, oh, he OD'd on Quaaludes. It's probably
there's a part where he gets hit in the nuts. It's like that whole movie is just. I don't know, man. There's just a vibe about it that's just irreplaceable to me.
It's a weird vibe because it's like it feels like you know them guys, and it's like it's like
you feel like Donnie Berger. To me, Donnie Berger is not Adam Sandler.
No,
because every Adam Sandler role I see,
the same.
I see Adam Sandler. When I watch Happy Gilmore, I think about Adam Sandler. When I watch That's My Boy, that's Donnie Berger to me, man. That's not Anakin Skywalker. That's Darth Vader. Like that, it's completely different for me, man. That is Donnie frickin' Berger.
Yeah.
Oh man, love that movie so much.
I love that movie too.
People that like trash Adam Sandler movies and like only have watched like Happy Gilmore and the classics, but they're like, I don't watch Adam Sandler movies. I'm too smart for that. It's like, I get where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, but like you gotta watch That's My Boy. Like you have to watch that. And don't tell me you did not think that was funny.
Yeah, there is a joke for everyone in that movie.
There's slapstick funny jokes. There is
highbrow jokes.
There's somewhat highbrow jokes. There's ones you kind of have to read into a little bit, and you're like, they really just kind of threw that in and didn't expect anything out of it. You know, it's like some of my favorite lines from
I don't know how the fuck she comes up with this shit, but I like to think and go, hey, thanks for the laughs, motherfucker.
Like, okay, you broad, you I was wanking it to it the whole time.
The fucking Hefty bag thing is so funny.
That's like our most quoted, or the and I tightened my diaphragm. I had this karate instructor. He taught me how to tighten my diaphragm.
And that's the funny part is that like that part is it was meant to be funny, obviously.
But
like it was not meant to be quoted like that.
No, you're not supposed to quote the entire paragraph that he says, but we still do it.
Yeah,
Al still does it.
So anyway, I was sitting there and I see this weirdo. He jumps down on the platform after his burrito, and anyway, there's a train coming right for him. I see it coming. And so anyway, I jump down there, and, I fucking give him a little shove. I'm like, get out of the way, buddy. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, shit. This train's headed right for me. But I had a Kung Fu instructor. He taught me how to tighten my diaphragm. And I felt the train. It came by me, and it ripped my shirt off. And I looked up, and all these chicks are like, who the fuck is this guy? He's like the most chiseled guy I've ever fucking seen. And anyway, the place went fucking nuts for me. Signed a couple titties, and I started hanging out with this motherfucker.
See, the whole exchange, right? Why didn't you just get another burrito, Todd? You're right. I don't know why I didn't do that. I'm so stupid.
So many things that are so crazy in that story that I don't know why I didn't just get another burrito.
Yeah, dude. Man, there's just so many good movies like that. It's just like The Big Lebowski, man. It's the same thing. It's you gotta dig. You gotta take the road less traveled.
Yeah,
the road less traveled, and
kind of like
find the parts that are funny.
Like the Dinner for Schmucks.
Dinner for Schmucks. I remember it's rare when I've seen a movie and Al hasn't seen one, right? And I don't know why. I watched Dinner for Schmucks when I was like young, like when it first came out, like on pay-per-view type of stuff. And like I've always loved that movie. Just a little niche little Paul Rudd movie that I just love.
I like Paul Rudd.
I like Paul Rudd. And then I show it to Al, and I'm like, it starts off kind of weird, and there's like a gap in there where it's not all that funny, and I'm like, God, I don't know if he's gonna like this. Because I hate wasting time with movies. Like,
yeah,
it's part of the reason I haven't seen a lot of movies, because like, I can start a movie and just like give up and be like, nah, man, I can't do it.
Right.
I can't waste time with movies. But like, we get done, and they're just laughing. I'm like, oh, that felt so good to make sure they actually liked it. It's a funny movie, man. It's not your average. And you have those guys. You have your Steve. You have your Steve Carells. You have your Will Ferrells and your Adam Sandlers.
I like Due Date.
That one.
See, no, I seen Due Date probably 10 years ago, and then I watched it for the second time.
Do you remember like the rise of the dark side that was Melissa McCarthy? Yeah. She was in one funny movie, and then all of a sudden she's in every movie.
Yep.
We kind of forget. Maybe this is a sexism thing. I don't know. We kind of forget they kind of did that with Zach Galifianakis.
They did.
And I feel like Due Date was one of those ones that I could have went without. Maybe, and I think honestly, I think it was Rob. I think it was Robert Downey Jr. for me. I just could have picked a different guy for that. Imagine that movie, but it was like Paul Rudd or like someone that can play off of a guy like Zach Galifianakis. To me, those are the two.
Because you had two, like, and I understand that Robert's character was supposed to be pretty serious, but like at the same time, it's like, this is supposed to be a comedy.
Right.
And you picked a pretty serious actor.
You picked a very serious actor.
It's like you should have done like someone, I don't know.
Imagine like Owen Wilson as that guy. He's like, come on, man. I got a wife, man. She's going to have a kid.
And see, like, I mean,
wow.
not to be, the basic white girl here with, like the Hangover movies, but like even Bradley Cooper would have been awesome in that role. Because he could have fed off him because he's somewhat serious.
He's somewhat he can play, he can ride the line, right? He can and I agree. Yeah.
Whereas like Downey Jr., it's like I don't know if you're trying to be funny.
Right. Well, he just does this. It was the same thing throughout the whole movie. It was just, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's really dumb. You're really dumb. I'm better than you. And it's like it got old. And then and I don't think that was Zach Galifianakis. That was Zach Galifianakis'
How should I contact you? Email?
Email?
You've got mail. See,
good, okay movie, but it was one that's like
I miss seeing, like, okay, The Hangover. When it first came out, it was like, wow,
we
that
were
was
also
different.
we were also like 8 or 9 when I was like 8 or 9 when that movie first one came out, and I remember
it was a big deal.
I remember watching it over at my friend's house, making sure my parents didn't know I watched it, and waiting for the end scene with all the boobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I remember that one, and it seemed different right away. But that movie could have been so much better if they didn't do the sequels to it, I think.
Yeah.
And like I mean, it's not that great of a movie, don't get me wrong, but I liked that group of guys.
Yeah, that was
Like, I feel like they could get some more raunchy. Like, raunchier than even The Hangover. Because, like,
it
The Hangover, I mean,
it seemed like it was the worst thing ever at the time.
Oh, when it came out, people thought it was so bad, but it was like, you know that your grandma was the one going to watch it, and she's like, that was so bad.
Right. But it's really, I mean, as far as comedy movies, that a lot of them I've seen, I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty tame.
Yeah, I mean, if they thought that was bad, like, imagine them seeing Step Brothers for the first time. And that one's not even that bad anymore. I mean, when that first came out,
they can play your movie on TBS and only have to cut out minimal parts, I don't think it's that bad.
Right.
You know? You got your movies like, what's the raunchiest comedy movie that you've seen? I can't even. I'm trying to think of some more raunchy ones that like.
Me too.
That's
hard when you get put on the spot. Huh.
You know, you got like your Hangovers. That's My Boy is.
That's My Boy is
not so much raunchy, but it's pretty R-rated. It definitely uses the R rating.
See, and my raunchy comes with the language, the whole story going on,
the nudity,
and
the drug. I mean, it's the whole shebang. I mean,
the
whole deal.
And I like
you want all the little letters at the top.
Yeah, and I like even with my raunchy ones, I like some I mean, don't get me wrong, it's don't happen very much anymore, but like dark humor.
Oh yeah, some good stuff.
You know, the stuff that you can bend but don't break the rules of comedy movies.
Right.
Those are the best ones to me, and That's My Boy definitely done that because it's like,
oh yeah,
they had a 14-year-old having sex with her teacher. That bent didn't break the rule. Then you got, you know, they made fun of fat people. They made fun of they made fun of about anything you could. Then they had Donnie having sex with an old lady. It's like they literally had so many things going on in that bent but didn't break the rules. That it was such a perfect, like, one of the most perfect executed comedy movies. I will say that. I'll stand by it.
I think execution, yes. I think that's one of Adam Sandler's best performances.
That's the best Adam Sandler performance.
Yeah. As a pure comedy movie, like the pure comedy movies outside of your more kind of mix of family comedy ones, yes.
Yeah.
I would say that's the best pure comedy Adam Sandler performance. I would put, just because like Happy Gilmore, that's just Adam Sandler with a little bit extra rage.
Yeah.
You got like I would say like Big Daddy was a great performance, but that was because I think it was a great performance because he showed a lot of his very touching side, very family friendly stuff, along with some good comedy. You got like
Anger Management's just Happy Gilmore, but he's not playing golf.
Right. And like
I like that.
And like The Water Boy is
the same thing, but he's playing football.
And he's just a little dumb. He's just a little dumber. But
it's
like
Billy Madison.
Yeah, Billy Madison and The Water Boy are very, very similar. And it's like, I don't know.
And people used to think that Billy Madison was so raunchy. It was the best comedy movie ever. And it's like, I remember watching that for the first time.
It's not even that.
I was 10 years old.
It's not even
or
that
whatever.
bad.
I was like, yeah, this is funny.
It's funny, but
then you watch it when you're 15, you're like, this is stupid. This is
rules. Yeah, that's definitely one that falls under the kind of lowbrow. I mean, I'm not saying there's really anything of Adam Sandler's that's very highbrow, but like, that's pretty low. It really scrapes the bottom of the barrel on that one of Billy Madison. And I love Billy Madison. That used to be like my favorite. If not, nothing beats Big Daddy, but like, and that was up until That's My Boy. But like, that used to be one of my faves, but now I watch it and it's like, stop staring at me, Schwan. It's like, it's funny, but it's like, you know, I'm a little above that, I think.
You should actually Carl's shirt, Daddy.
You know, just that's one that your dad quotes, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, Doyle rules. Everybody's peeing their pants. Peeing your pants is cool. Just classic 90s Adam Sandler, man. He didn't have to do anything. All he had to do was show up and go, oh, my God.
You know what I want more of, too? You know what would be a perfect movie?
Yeah.
Rob Schneider. Like, just...
I miss Rob.
If we could get Rob Schneider and Zach Galifianakis in some way, but at the same time, it's almost like they'd combat each other with their
stupidity.
Because we're not gonna sugarcoat it. Their comedy is stupid comedy, which everyone loves.
Zach Galifianakis can make some really niche comedy, like some really some Big Lebowski type stuff.
Oh yeah.
What was the name of the show that he had? He had a show on FX.
Oh,
I don't know.
He was a clown.
Yeah.
What was it?
He was like a clown. I don't remember what it was called, but I watched me and my dad are we watch 2.5 Men. Like that's something he has every single 2.5 Men recorded on his DVR, and we always watch it on FX. And then a little bit of time after your show ends when it's recorded and it starts on the next show or whatever, that show would come on.
Baskets.
I
knew it started with a B.
That shit was funny.
Yeah.
There's this one part that was always in an ad, and he drives up to this drive-through, and he's like, yeah, can I get a, I don't know, he wants some pop, some soda, and he's like, yeah, can I get a, I don't know, we'll just, some discontinued pop. He's like, oh, can I get just say vanilla, we'll say vanilla Coke, for example.
Yeah.
He's like, can I get a vanilla Coke? I'm like, yeah, we don't have that, sir. Yeah, can I get a something? Yeah, we don't have that either. Can I get a Pepsi free? Or a Pepsi or whatever, Pepsi free? We don't. What? A Pepsi free? And he's screaming at I don't know, man. That part always got me. It's funny. He can make highbrow humor, but he also can be Alan. You know.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. How cool would it be? All right, theoretically, to have this giant movie of all the comedy greats. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. What?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince? Oh
my God.
My favorite actor of all time.
Speaking of due date, Vince Vaughn would play that role.
Yes.
You're a moron. You realize it. You're just a moron.
You're a moron.
Just imagine.
I'm incapable of love. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. That's Vince Vaughn. If you didn't know, Vince Vaughn is my favorite actor.
I love Vince Vaughn, too.
Love Vince Vaughn. Anytime Vince
Vaughn
Vaughn shows up.
Do you like Four Christmases?
That's one I have not watched since probably freaking it came out. I have not seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I watched it in theaters, and I was like, that was kind of funny. But, I haven't watched it since. And it was on something, and I put it on.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
I was going to watch it the other day, but couldn't watch it because it's a Christmas movie.
I don't do that either.
I'll watch whatever movie anytime. I don't care.
Oh, really?
Or are you the other way around?
Well, I just...
Okay, but a movie like Four Christmases, is it really that dire of a Christmas movie?
No.
I'm not going to watch Frosty the Snowman in May, but
right.
I'll watch Four Christmases. I don't care. And it's February. Who cares? There's still snow on the ground. It's still cold. Well, in South Dakota anyway, but... Yeah, I don't know, man. Can you imagine a giant freaking movie, and you got whatever I named your Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Zach Galifianakis, Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson. You just friggin' hammer it out with get the whole David Spade, the whole '90s SNL, Chris Rock, David Spade, Rob Schneider, Kevin James. Get the whole freaking group in just one giant movie 43 style comedy.
I would like that.
Freaking mash it out. It would probably be interesting.
It would be probably pretty bad.
And it would be pretty low brow, but don't tell me we wouldn't be in the theater watching that.
I would be in
the theater watching it.
If Vince Vaughn came back.
Dude, Vince Vaughn's in any movie, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite Vince Vaughn movies are not good movies, really, but like I watched them because he's in them. The Breakup, that's like a chick. That's like half of a chick movie. That's like almost a kind of a chick flick. But I love that movie. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite Vince Vaughn movie because of Vince Vaughn, because he's Vince Vaughn. Like The Internship with him and Moen Wilson.
I love that.
I love that movie.
I love that.
That's
movie.
like right up there with The Breakup for me.
That's got to be like one of the last movies he done, isn't it?
Yeah, he hasn't done a movie. I mean, he's been in like supporting-ish roles, but like he hasn't done a big movie. I wonder what he's up to nowadays.
I don't know. We need a Vince Vaughn movie.
We need a Vince. Yes,
Vince Vaughn, are you listening?
When's the last time Vince Vaughn's like had his like own movie? Why does Hollywood hate Vince Vaughn? Let's see what he comes up with in news. Probably not much. I don't know. He must be
Probably something about his girlfriend or something, or wife or whatever he has.
Oh. He's friends with Jon Favreau for Star Wars news. I don't know. But, man, there's some...
We could use another Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn comedy.
We could. I like those
I think
two.
we're about due for one.
Yeah, we have Wedding Crashers. We have The Internship. There's another one. What's the other one? There's another one, I think.
Well, there's like Old School.
Old School, yeah. Luke Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Same.
One of the Wilsons.
They're the same person.
Yeah, same person, just one has brown hair.
Yeah.
And the other one just goes, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we got, what else? Thought there was another one.
You know what the best comedy movie of all time is?
Let's hear it.
Jack and Jill.
That was probably the best joke I've heard all year, but I don't know about the best
That's
comedy.
funny. I watched that in theaters, man.
I
when I was like 9.
You remember like, okay, so I had DirecTV. So like we had like Showtime.
Yep.
Stars and
Oh yeah.
whatever.
The whole
and they
shebang.
played movies just, uncensored. And you could watch them for free or whatever. And they usually came out about 3 months after they were like, like kind of right after they got off pay-per-view, they were on Stars.
Yep.
For free. So it was like awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing Jack and Jill and trailers and stuff. And I was like, this looks actually kind of funny.
Funny.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. And I had a choice, too, because I was in my living room and I didn't pay for it. And I watched the whole thing because I was like, there's got to be some funny one-liners.
Duncan Chino?
I haven't watched it since. It's
horrible. That was horrid. That was horrid.
That was.
I didn't even like that when I was a kid. And there's something about like being a kid and even just going to a movie in a theater. Like, when's the last time you left the theater disappointed?
December.
Whatever.
2019.
Yeah. Yeah. No. We freaking love that movie.
We love that movie.
We love Rise of Skywalker.
We sat on it.
I was somewhat disappointed in Last Jedi, but I still was like, oh my God, that was still great. But like,
yeah,
I was still disappointed. I was still a little disappointed, but like,
the last time I left the theater completely disappointed.
I don't think there's ever been a time. I wasn't even that bad for Jack and Jill, but I knew as a 9-year-old, I was like, that sucked. Or what, however, I don't know when that came out, 2009, 2011, something like that. I was like 9 to 11, somewhere in there. I even knew, I was like, that was bad. That sucked. That was not funny.
Yeah, I don't really. Okay, you want to know funny?
As a child. Yeah.
You know what I saw in theaters as a child?
Yeah.
That's My Boy.
I did not.
That was.
Took me quite a while to watch it.
You talk about, okay, like Star Wars is packed, and like I seen The Revenant in theaters, and like there's waiting lines.
I've never seen The Revenant. Just throwing it out there. Never watched it. I know it's a tough one to watch.
But see, like you, I think you'd like it.
Oh, I would. No, I'd like it. I just haven't put the pieces together.
Because like people, they classify it as a Western, but it's like colonial Western. So it's like Patriot.
And I really like modern Westerns too.
I do too.
That have the modern storytelling.
See, I like Westerns.
Filming.
I wish they'd bring back some Western movies.
Yeah, most modern Westerns are not good.
No.
Like, I really, really like Magnificent Seven. That's like, Tombstone is like my all-time fave for Westerns, but like, Magnificent Seven is right up there, man. It's got its teeth sunk in the ass of it.
You gotta get into the early 2000s Westerns. Those are the the secret gold mines.
Yeah.
Like Open Range. You ever seen that one?
Not, no.
Kevin Costner.
I've seen Open Season.
You got
Now that's a movie.
Check her out. Open Range
Open Range.
by Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's got Robert Duvall on it. If you feel up to it, Lonesome Dove.
Lonesome Dove.
It's about 4 hours long, but it's pretty freaking good. Like, possibly one. And I mean, I even like the 60s Westerns. Possibly one of the best Westerns, in my opinion.
Oh, man. I can never do, like, the Dirty Harrys and that. Like, they're good. I'm not going to knock them, but it's like they're just not for me. I can never do those old ones. Your John Waynes and your... It's hard for me.
Yeah.
I have to have, like, I got to have me some Kurt Russell or something. I don't know. I can't do...
See,
I can't do Clint Eastwood.
Magnificent Eight.
The Hateful Eight.
Or Hateful Eight, yeah.
I like Hateful Eight. I haven't seen all of it all the way through, though.
It's pretty good.
I started it and didn't finish it, but it's good.
It's pretty
good movie.
It's really good. So what you gonna get with Quentin Tarantino, though?
Dude, The Ridiculous
Django.
6 was not even a bad movie.
No, and even if they did comedy westerns
Was
like
it
that.
stupid? Yes. Was it lowbrow? Oh my God, yes, it was stupid and lowbrow. But you can't tell me it's not kind of enjoyable.
It was enjoyable. I remember when that came out, I was like, this is actually pretty funny for how dumb it is.
Mama said I got a real strong neck.
Just think of
Taylor
Lautner. He went from I'm a werewolf.
I'm so hot and ripped, and went to having no teeth.
It's freezing cold outside, but I'm so warm I have my shirt off.
My shirt is off, even though it's snowing. I'm a werewolf.
He has a straw hat with a hole in the top.
Oh, Mama
said I can swing with my neck.
Oh, I used to pull the plow, just my neck. Huh. That. Imagine how like demeaning when he showed up to play that character. They're like, all right, you are just a frickin' moron.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay. Like how bad? Like, you have no teeth and a straw hat, and you swing from a frickin' noose and go, Mama said I got a real strong neck. That. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that's a good movie by any means, but don't tell me it wasn't somewhat enjoyable. You can't. You enjoyed it. You watched it. And you watched it the whole way through. Yeah, you listener out there, you watched Ridiculous 6, and if you did, you watched it the whole way through. I
like Magnificent 7 too, though.
That's my... I almost say I like it more than Tombstone.
You got to step out and... We'll have a Western day sometime.
Yeah,
Some Saturday, I'll pick some Westerns that are going to be like, like on the border of Western and modern Westerns. That way, we'll meet in the middle.
Right.
From The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
And Cowboys and Aliens. We'll meet in the middle.
Cowboys and Aliens? You just unlocked a hidden memory, bro. I forgot that movie existed. You know what? You know another one that you're going to forget exists? Kind of a Western, not really? John Carter.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Was that Keanu Reeves?
I don't...
Or was it Keanu Reeves knockoff?
Knockoff.
Yeah, it was Keanu Reeves knockoff. You ever seen Quigley Down Under?
Nope.
That's like a 90s Tom Selleck goes to Australia, and he takes an ad to shoot dingoes, but when he gets there, the guy's like, yeah, no, you're not shooting dingoes, you're shooting Aborigines, which is like Native Americans.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want them off my land, and he's like, no, I ain't doing that. And then he like fights back, and the guy is Snape. It's like Alan Rickman, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. Yeah.
What's some other modern Westerns?
Yeah, and I consider modern like
I consider modern
80s and 90s and up.
Yeah,
something
what I consider modern, I consider from Young Guns to now.
Yeah, not black and white and not John Wayne.
Yeah, not the colored
Bonanza
stuff that's like they say something and I know you listeners won't see it, but like I say this and then this is how it looks on the screen.
Right.
And then it speaks. Like the audio is so mixed
I always gotta
off.
talk like this. I done there reckon you boys.
Have you seen Young Guns?
No.
What?
Have not.
That one's
Gotta remember, I'm not really a Western guy.
Yeah.
I've only seen the big ticket ones,
Yeah.
Tombstone, Magnificent Seven.
Young Guns is pretty
Well, right. I'm just saying, like, ones
man.
they steer
Little
clear of
little
it.
little teen Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. I do like me some classic Charlie Sheen.
Oh yeah.
Before he was known to just be a douche.
I like
Platoon?
Major League.
Yeah.
I like him in those.
Those are good movies. I gotta sit down and watch some of those again. Some ones I've seen but haven't. It's been so goddamn long. Yeah. I'm gonna sit down and watch some movies.
What's his name? Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
He's in Young Guns.
Yeah.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is.
Kiefer Sutherland.
See, I'm used to seeing him with a mustache.
Yeah.
'Cause like
That's one you gotta.
I
we gotta watch sometime too.
when I see Kiefer Sutherland, I think of The Cowboy Way.
Right, and that's one I haven't seen. We gotta watch.
And then like okay, when I
Put
see
Blades of
him in,
Glory
like-
on that list too.
Yeah. Like okay, so you watch Designated Survivor, right? Like you and Michaela.
Yeah, I
Or
didn't tune in very much.
Yeah.
I was in the room as she watched it.
Yeah. It's like it's so weird for me to watch that
To
he's
watch him be like
in a
a
suit.
liberal president.
Yeah.
You know.
Because like when I see him in the same jeans I'm wearing now, which are Wranglers, and he's got a cowboy hat on. Because I see him in The Cowboy Way and Cowboy Up,
Yep.
which are literally two movies where he plays pretty much the same person.
Yeah.
And he's got a mustache in The Cowboy Way. He doesn't have a mustache though in Cowboy Up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Them be some movies we be watching.
We need to
We
have a
watch
little
other
movie
things
day.
other than Star Wars.
Yeah, we do. As you've just
Al
heard us
more than
rant
me,
about
but-
for
but-
a long time. My movie genre goes.
Oh, I go all over the place.
I mean,
The only movie genre I don't watch, what's the word? Consistently, would be like horror movies because they're not good.
yeah, I
They're not
don't. And see, like that's what I hate. I don't. I can name a lot of horror movies that I've watched, but like,
Oh, right, me too. It's just
do you really? I mean, do you really enjoy watching them?
no.
It's
They're
like
okay.
there's the same thing.
There
over
are
and over
to
again.
me.
It's
There's
like-
horror movies and there's thrillers, right?
I love thrillers
I like thrillers. Okay, the Halloween movies. Love the Halloween movies
because there's story.
There is a story to them.
And
It's
not
not
like
just.
ooh,
It's not just.
ghost.
Yeah. Oh, ghost movies. Stupid. Paranormal movies are stupid.
Yeah,
Okay, you got like Scream, right? Those are good, pretty good movies. Like your those ones, even like your Friday the 13th, and those ones aren't horrible.
yeah.
Where it's not something super stupid.
Have you seen? I think we had this conversation. Have you seen Saw?
Yeah, Saw, a good concept. These movies are well thought out because they don't have to just hide behind the curtain of it's a spooky ghost. You know,
Yeah.
like that shit is so dumb. I even like just like kind of like horror, but like beast horror movies, like Anaconda. Have you ever seen like the Anaconda movies?
Uh-huh.
Those are good. I mean, one's pretty good. The other ones are kind of low budget movies, but like those, like your like Jaws, The Meg. That movie was bad. That movie was bad. Oh my god.
I never watched it.
Jason Statham, I gotta kill this freaking shark.
I told you it was alive.
Oh god, that movie's bad. It's got Dwight in it.
Yeah.
In the Office.
It's even got Longmire in it.
Yeah, that movie was bad. But there's just like, okay, we have friends. Like we have a friend, same guy that owned the Camry, right? He was like a horror movie guy, but he's like one that would watch just the dumb ones, like Paranormal Activities and The Haunting in Connecticut and The Conjuring, and it's like these movies. He's like, I want to watch scary movies.
See, and for ghost movies, I will say The Conjuring's probably the best ghost movie. you
Yeah,
can watch.
there's good ones. There are good ones. The Conjuring is good. What
Annabelle
is-
sucks.
Oh, those movies are so dumb. Mama.
I don't even know what the hell.
That's a
that is.
dumb one. But there are just some that are just so damn
You remember
stupid.
that one time we went to said friend's house? I think it was his birthday, and he was like, "Oh, I got this Little Dukes DVD. We rented it, and it was Shutter Island."
Yep.
And he was like, "It's so scary."
Yeah.
It wasn't even scary. It was
It's
just
not
like an
sc- it's just-
actual
it's
good
trippy.
story.
It's a trippy movie. I like Shutter Island, yeah. You know, and then you get into like your torture porn, your that kind of stuff where it's like Saw kind of fits into that. It's kind of just torture porn. Like you're just watching people get gutted and die ruthlessly. And like I think the first couple Saw movies are good. I think the last couple had a bit left to be desired, and I haven't seen all of them all the way through. But like the very first Saw movie is excellent. I mean,
I've never seen them.
The very first Saw movie. It's just because like the first ones, they were just about the story. Like it's like, oh, this guy is finding bad people and making interesting to bad people and making them do stuff to earn their right not to die. Like it's a very good concept for a movie. Well thought out, and then they just kind of kept going with the same thing and made it so convoluted, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Kind of the same thing with like the Halloween movies. They started out as a good concept, and then they had to kind of like reboot it and reboot and reshoot and resell, and it's like, you're kind of steering off the course. You're kind of ruining it, man.
Yeah.
You know, but
you know what, speaking of getting back on the comedy train and speaking of horror, I love some parody horror movies. Dude,
parody horror movies a lot of times are better than horror movies. The parody ones where they make fun of, like, you know, the Paranormal Activities and the
Haunted House,
and like
I like Tucker and Dale vs. Evil because it's so stupid that it's funny.
That movie, I can't, man. I watched it.
It's so funny. He's just so relatable to people around our area.
Yeah.
These college kids are just killing themselves.
College kids in there keep killing themselves.
It's so funny.
But like, yeah, Haunted House, scary movies, those ones, those are so
See, scary movie
good.
It's funny, but Haunted House for me is just so much fun.
Yeah. Now you're gonna eat my butt.
Whose ass is this? The devil's. Now you just made it fucking weird.
Oh, dude, you know what? The way you just said ass reminded me of Norbit. You ever seen Norbit?
Yeah, I love Norbit. It's so dumb.
Where Norbit? You know, dude. Then who was eating the turkey ass?
Respucio, what are you doing? You can't drink wine coolers. You're pregnant. Shit, I just had gas. I still got gas.
Respucio.
Merry Christmas.
You little skinny bitch Kate.
We even pooped together. Right in the blowhole.
Right in the blowhole.
I haven't seen that movie in a decade.
That's kind of like one where it's like,
once every 5 years.
Yeah, that might be a 5-year binger. God damn it, no, but that's just one you don't forget. You can't get that one out of your head.
No.
I can like see every scene from that movie. Like you just can't forget that one. That is a flick, I tell you what. Eddie Murphy makes good movies, but his early stuff I could not. The Nutty Professor, not my niche, man. Not my thing.
Not my thing.
Never really cared for it. That kind of stuff. There's some good ones out there, but yeah, I don't know, man. This has been a week.
Yeah,
not much in Star Wars going on. There's obviously a lot going on with Adam Sandler and Zach Galifianakis and Eddie Murphy, but like
yeah.
A lot going on there, but yeah. So we are Imperial Radio, a mid-2000s comedy movie podcast. No, we're Imperial Radio. If you want to come back next week and
It's
hear
been
us,
a while.
It's been a while since I could get some Star Wars news. Yeah. So if you want to come back next week and find us, we are Imperial Radio. You can find us on SoundCloud. Formerly, you can find some of us on SoundCloud. We don't even do SoundCloud anymore. That's kind of burnt now. We kind of just went off on a blowhole. I can't get back into the podcast thing. I can't get back. We are Imperial Radio. Let me restart. We are Imperial Radio. You can find us on Spotify, is what I meant to say. Spotify, YouTube. We're working on putting them on the iTunes and the Google Podcasts for you. And you can find us. You can email us
You can email us.
I need to take a breath real quick. Oh.
You need to email us. We need to read questions.
Email
Give
us,
some
man.
Star Wars content.
Let's. If we don't have content for these days.
These dog days.
These dog days before
when we're in between shows and we're in the boring spring months where it's like we got some stuff coming on Disney Plus in a couple months. But
it's we gotta wait a little bit for some real Star Wars news to come about.
Yeah, they gave us the crumbs to keep us our minds open for the stuff coming in the spring, but the summer's not here yet where they give us the whole frickin' pie.
Right, and then until then, hit us up if you're listening, man. Hit us up with some questions, comments, thoughts, concerns. Anything you want to hit us up, man.
Yeah, if you want to tell us that we suck.
We will.
And that our taste in comedy movies or westerns or even Star Wars content's awful. Just whatever you want to talk about.
Hit us up with some. We'd love to discuss and chat with the fans. We want to make it more of an open community. Hit us up with a question, man, and send it to @Imperial Radio. Excuse me. God, I need. Okay. If you want to email us, please email us. imperialradio66@gmail.com. That is imperialradio66@gmail.com. Hit us up with questions, concerns, thoughts, whatever you want to email us, man. We can read it on air. You can tell us not to, and we will just look at it, and we will converse with you privately. However you want to do it, man. The world is your oyster. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram @Imperial Radio Podcast. You can just go ahead and type that in with the @ symbol, and we will come up. You might find a couple memes, some memes. If you really want to find the memes.
Do you hate people that say memes?
What?
Do you hate people that say memes?
Yeah, I do.
Me too.
Yeah.
Weird note.
Yeah.
Back to the closing statement.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Just go to @Imperial Radio Podcast. We'll pop up, find some good memes. If you really want the good stuff, head on over to TikTok. Haven't put one up in a while, but if you head on over to Imperial Radio on TikTok, you can follow us, and you can like our videos where we mostly do things that are funny about Star Wars. You can find us on Twitter. That's probably the best indirect way besides email to get in contact with us, and that is @Imperial Radio P1. That is @Imperial Radio P1 on Twitter. Send us a Twitter or however that works, as your grandma would say. Hit us up. You can DM us. Any way you feel like you want to get in contact with us, go ahead. I will look at it. I will answer it, and I will do with your message what you wish. We're cool guys. We would love to chat with you, about anything. If you want to talk about how you like the sequels, and Al thinks they're poo-poo in a bag.
Oh, yeah.
We will talk about that. If you want to talk about some prequel memes, you want to share some prequel memes, if you want to
know some of our inside jokes, we might tell you something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to close out on an inside joke before we go.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready to close the air, just give me the wink.
So, that's going to be like the last word?
Yeah.
All right, guys. This has been what episode? I want to check and see what episode we are on. I want to say we are 33. Yeah, we are episode 33. This has been episode 33 of Imperial Radio. I'm your host, Kobe Larson, along with my co-host, Alex Wormstead. Signing off, I will give Al the last word.
All right, you've been listening to Big Jim this morning, and we are off the air as of now.
Thank you. Good night.